Today I want to talk about how I personally use tarot, especially for shadow work, whether it's in readings I do for others or something you can explore for yourself. Shadow work is such a powerful practice, and tarot is one of my favorite tools to guide us through it. Welcome back to the channel. If you're new here, I am Mai, and on this channel we dive into tarot, mindfulness, mental health, ASMR, very soon ASMR with Reiki elements. I'm currently taking my certificate. My goal is to create a space for growth, healing, and self-discovery. I read tarot for over 10 years. I am a kitchen witch and, as you just heard, a Reiki practitioner. But before we dive in the topic itself, I want to touch on the history of tarot. While tarot is often seen as a tool for divination, it actually began in the 15th century as a card game called Tarot. It wasn't until the 18th century that tarot cards were adapted for more spiritual purposes, used as a way to explore the human psyche and hidden truth. Over time, tarot became associated with introspection and personal growth, aligning perfectly with practices like shadow work, which is all about diving into the depth of our subconscious. And that's where I come in, using tarot as a reflective tool for self-discovery, basically. Let's go on with some context. What exactly is shadow work? The term shadow comes from the work of Carl Jung, a psychologist who believed that we all have parts of ourselves that we suppress or hide. These are the parts we don't always like to admit are there, things like fear, jealousy, guilt, or past trauma. These are elements we push into our subconscious, but they still influence us. Shadow work is about bringing those hidden aspects into the light so we can heal them and grow. That might sound a little intense, but here's the thing. By facing these parts of ourselves, we get to understand why we do certain things, why we feel certain ways, and how we can change patterns that aren't serving us. And that is where tarot comes in again. Tarot acts as a mirror. It reflects what's going on beneath the surface. When I do readings, I use the cards to help guide you to the hidden parts. Sometimes we don't even know what's really affecting us, but the cards reveal those deeper layers. For example, if you're asking about love, the cards might show that fear of vulnerability is holding you back. If you're feeling stuck in your career, the tarot might point out an old belief or pattern that's keeping you from moving forward. It's not about getting bad cards or feeling judged by what comes up. It's about getting clarity and understanding, though you can start healing. The cards show us what's there. Sometimes that's comforting, and sometimes it's a little uncomfortable, but it's always something that's ready to be acknowledged. When I read tarot for others, I prefer to start with a specific question, or at least a topic, things like love, career, relationship, or personal challenges. Shadow work tends to come up naturally, even when the initial question is more surface level. That's because the root of what's going on is often tied to those deeper parts of ourselves that we haven't fully explored yet. In general readings, I let the cards guide the way. You might not know exactly what you wanted to ask about, but the cards will highlight the areas that need your attention. Maybe it's emotional healing. Maybe it's something you've been avoiding. Either way, tarot is a tool for reflection and insight, guiding us where we need to focus our energy. I love mixing tarot with oracle cards in my readings. Tarot is more structured. It gives clear, specific insights. Oracle cards, on the other hand, offer more open-ended guidance. They are often softer and give a broader perspective or a gentle reminder. In shadow work, this combination is really powerful because tarot can point out the shadow aspect, while oracle cards offer the advice or encouragement in how to handle what comes up. For example, let's say the tarot brings up the Tower, which represents sudden change or upheaval that can feel very intense. But pulling an oracle card might remind you to trust in the process or offer guidance on how to navigate those challenges and those changes. It's a balance of confronting the shadow and also nurturing yourself through the process. My pick-a-pile readings on this channel are designed to help you understand yourself better, both the light and the shadow, and to offer you guidance for healing and moving forward. Circling back to our topic today, if you want to use tarot for your own shadow work, you absolutely can. Start by asking questions like, what part of my shadow am I ready to face? Or what's holding me back from growing in this area of my life? When you pull cards, sit with them. Don't rush to figure out the meaning right away. Let the message sink in and reflect on what comes up for you. Also, it is super valid to use the guidebook. It is your reading, your experience, and even seasoned readers need to look to the guidebooks occasionally, and that is normal and totally valid. If you also have oracle cards, I definitely recommend using them too, because they have the softer, more intuitive approach. They are usually very good on building your own intuition up. And remember, it's not about perfection, it's about progress and self-compassion. Thank you so much for spending this time with me today. I hope the video gave you a clear idea of how I personally use tarot for shadow work, and also a bit what you can expect from my channel. If you're interested in a personal reading or exploring shadow work, check the links below to book the session. Don't forget to subscribe if you're into tarot, mindfulness, ASMR, and self-care. There's a lot of content here to guide and support you as you walk your own path. Let me know in the comments if you've tried using tarot for shadow work and if you have any questions. I would love to hear from you. Until next time, take care.